Welcome back to the deep dive. We usually think solar panels need loads of sunshine, right? Well, today we're digging into something that kind of flips that idea on its head. Rain-powered solar systems. Sounds a bit weird, I know. But we're looking at this dual renewable energy thing, mixing regular solar panels with rainwater harvesting. We're zooming in on Ellicott City, Maryland. Apparently, according to this Black Knight Power white paper, it's like perfectly set up for this tech, climate, infrastructure, the whole deal. So, okay, let's unpack this. What makes this hybrid approach so, well, interesting? Why look beyond just the sunshine?
It really does challenge how we normally see solar power. Rain, we often think of it as bad for solar output, but if you look at Ellicott City's climate data, it actually shows rain can be a real asset for these kinds of systems. I mean, the city gets a good amount of rain, 48.2 inches a year. Some months are really wet, like June, September, pushing almost 5 or 6 inches. And yeah, okay, heavy rain does temporarily cut down the sunlight hitting the panels, that solar radiance. But, and this is key, the rain also washes the panels clean and it cools them down. That cleaning part, it can boost efficiency by like 5 to 10% right after a storm. And the cooling helps fight off those efficiency drops you get when panels get too hot. So rain isn't just something you put up with. It's actually part of the energy picture here.
Huh. Turning a negative into a positive. I like that. So, okay, if rain is actually helpful, my next question is how do they actually build these things to catch that rain energy? And, what's it going to cost someone up front if they're thinking about this?
Right. So the system itself, it combines standard solar panels, could be monocrystalline, could be polycrystalline with these things called rainwater turbines. They're basically small hydro generators, tiny turbines that sit in your gutter system maybe. And they spin as the rainwater flows off the roof, generating electricity right there. All that power from the sun and the rain gets stored in batteries, so you've got power ready when you need it. Now, cost-wise, you're looking at maybe $10,000 to $15,000 for the initial setup, which, yeah, is about 15 to 20% more than just putting up solar panels alone. But, and this is the trade-off, those little hydro turbines can give you an extra 5 to 10% energy boost specifically on rainy days. So over time, that adds up to real savings and just makes your power supply more reliable.
Okay, 15, 20% more up front.
Mm-hmm.
That's not insignificant. People will definitely weigh that up. Are there other maybe hurdles, challenges, besides just that initial investment when you add these turbines?
That's fair. Besides the cost, the main thing is probably seasonal variability. Winter months might have less consistent rain and sun, so production could dip a bit then. But the systems are generally designed to, maximize what they can get across the whole year.
Got it. Makes sense. So moving beyond just one house.
Yeah.
How does this scale up? Can you actually make a dent in a whole city's energy needs with this? Is there sort of a model for that?
Absolutely. And that's where the Howard County Solar Power Purchase Agreement, the PPA in Ellicott City, comes in. It's a really good example of a framework. Now, this PPA project, it involves 11 different solar sites on municipal buildings, big scale. They expect it to generate something like 44 million kilowatt hours a year. That's enough to cover half the city government's energy use. And okay, right now that PPA is just solar. It doesn't have the rain turbines yet. But what it does show is that the city is serious about large-scale renewables, and the grid infrastructure is there. It can handle this kind of distributed power. So you've got this big base of solar panels already planned or installed. Adding the rainwater turbines becomes much easier. It's like an add-on. We've seen similar models work elsewhere, like in Jordan, where they've layered hydro onto solar setups. Plus, you get better grid resilience because of the batteries, less worry during outages. And it helps manage rainwater, taking pressure off stormwater drains.
Ah, okay. So real-world benefits like maybe fewer blackouts for people, and the city's drains don't get quite so overwhelmed in storms. That sounds pretty tangible.
Yeah.
This definitely leads to the big question, though. What's the future look like for this kind of, weather agnostics tech? Is it really taking off?
The outlook is genuinely promising. Solar costs keep falling. They're projecting around $2.50 per watt in 2025. That helps make the whole package cheaper. Then you add in new tech developments, things like reflector-enhanced panels. Some trials got like 91.6% efficiency, which is huge. And AI is getting involved too, managing energy flow, predicting weather, optimizing when to store or use power. It all pushes the efficiency up. So yeah, these hybrid systems, they're likely to just get better and more affordable.
It really sounds like Ellicott City, with its specific weather and the infrastructure push it already has, is in a prime spot to lead on this. Really building sustainable energy that works with the weather, not just despite it, making power truly resilient.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating to me is this shift, moving towards energy systems that don't just sort of tolerate different kinds of weather, but actually use it. They thrive on it. It really pushes us past that old solar only works on sunny days mindset. It's a bigger idea of clean energy. So thinking about that, what really stands out to you when you hear all weather energy? What possibilities does that open up in your mind?